Hello YouTube, Sam here from youtube.com/onlivegamer for the new Boston, and in this tutorial we're going to be taking a look at the continue statement. Now what this does is, let's say you're making a for loop and it's for num1 equals 1 to 30. Now let's say if num1 is equal to 23, then you don't want it to run that iteration of the for loop. So it will print out, let's say we're doing console.writeLine num1 and you don't want 23 to be printed out, you would use if num1 equals 23, then continue for. So basically what that does is it skips that iteration of the for loop and moves on to the next one. So let's go ahead and make some examples of this. So we'll type console.writeLine normal for loop, and we'll make a for loop. Let's just do 15. We'll do console.writeLine num1. So basically what this is going to do is it's just going to write out 1 through 15 on our console. Now let's add a space here. And let's do continue statement. Okay, so now let's make our for loop that has the continue statement in it. So we'll just start off by using the for keyword. We'll create our num1 variable and we'll go to 15. Now num1 can only be accessed inside of this for loop and nowhere else because we didn't actually declare it. So let's go ahead and type a simple if statement. So if num1 is equal to 5, then what do we want to do? We'll just type continue for. So what this is going to do is it's going to skip the iteration of num1. If num1 is equal to 5, it's going to skip whatever code comes after this. Now here's a trick that I wanted to teach you guys in this tutorial. If you have an if statement with only one line of code in between then and end if, you can just go ahead and take out end if and do this instead. So if num1 equals 5, then continue for. And by doing this, you don't have to have the end if statement, and your code is a lot neater and easier to read. So now that we have our if statement done, we'll just do console.writeLine num1. So if we go ahead and run this, we're going to get, in our normal for loop, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You can see that all the numbers are there. But if we come down here and look at our continue statement, you can see it looks like all the numbers are there, but we are missing a 5 in between 4 and 6. Now let's do this for a couple other values. So let's go ahead and create a multi-line if statement. So if num1 equals 5, then continue for. Let's just add an OR operator. So if num1 equals 5, or num1 is equal to 8, or num1 is equal to, let's say, 12. So we didn't really have to make that multi-line. We'll just go ahead and put this right after that. Okay, so now what it's going to do is it's going to skip the number 5, 8, and 12. So if we run this, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It's going to skip 8. You can see it skipped 5, and it also skipped 12. So go ahead and practice some continue for statements. You can come up with different ways to use it within your program. And once you know how to do that and you're not going to forget it, then go ahead and move on to the next tutorial.